As if van life wasn't hard enough already, during the COVID pandemic, it was even harder. And looking back, I can't believe I survived 3 months of it. First, some context. In the summer of 2020, I went to Saskatoon for my yearly window washing season, but late. I got there in early July, after the first wave had passed, and things calmed down after the initial panic. We all thought the worst was behind us, but in hindsight, yikes. That first wave was nothing, but because it was new, everybody was still freaking out. But more importantly for me, van life became that much more difficult because all the businesses I depend on drastically changed their rules. Despite all that, masks were not mandatory in Saskatoon yet. So in this episode, I want to show you all the absurdities and challenges I had to go through while doing van life during COVID, starting with the first problem. As you know, in all the years, I've always used gyms and swimming pools for showers. But then in 2019, I got banned from my main gym. Watch the episode called The Haircut for the full story. Hi there, is this Motion Fitness? Yeah, I'm interested in your monthly membership. I'm just wondering how much it is per month. So now I had to find another gym to shower in. Problem was that during this initial period of COVID, most gyms were not offering shower access. I called every gym in town, but only 2 had showers open. The first gym, Motion Fitness, would only cost $100 a month plus a sign-up fee and cancellation fee, and had 4 locations in the city. Very convenient. The second gym, Planet Fitness, only had 1 location, but just a $1 sign-up fee, then only $15 a month. No cancellation fee, no commitment, no brainer. So first I went to work, then went to Planet Fitness in the evening in order to sign up. I was all sweaty and sticky with sunscreen, so I desperately needed a shower. But as I was signing up, the guy noticed that my driver's license ID had expired. Then I remembered that it expired 2 months earlier during the peak of the first wave. The licensing office was closed to the public back then, so they mailed me a temporary paper license. I'd completely forgotten all about it. The guy at the gym would not accept the paper one because it was not a photo ID, and I had no other ID on me. So he rejected me, and I was stuck without a shower, all sticky and sweaty. The next day, I called the licensing office back in Vancouver to ask if they could mail me an updated card license. So is it possible to get a physical driver's license mailed to Saskatoon? Oh, I can't. I actually have to go back to the office in BC in person to get it. So I was stuck with a paper license for now. I could have tried signing up at the other gym that cost $100 a month. However, they would probably reject me for the same reason. But Vanman is a problem solver. And then I got a really good idea. Why not go back to Planet Fitness and try again? It was a different time of day, so maybe there would be a different guy working who wouldn't notice the expiry date. It was around noon, and sure enough, there was a different guy working, an 18-year-old kid who was new to the job and didn't really know what he was doing. As he was inputting my data into the computer, I was watching him closely and holding my breath in anticipation. He didn't notice a thing, and that was it. I was in. My plan worked. And I could now go to work feeling good that I secured a shower for that evening and for the rest of the summer. However, after getting kicked out of my last gym, I had to be very careful with this one. Unlike previous years in the last gym, when I could beat myself in during the evenings when there was no staff around, now with COVID, gyms were not allowed to be open without staff on site. At Planet Fitness, people had to walk past the front desk in order to enter the gym, which was always staffed. These guys would get to know my face, and I didn't want them to notice that I was in and out within 20 minutes every single day. They might figure out that I was only going for showers, and there was always the possibility that they wouldn't like it because of COVID. I wanted to stay under the radar and blend in. So after long days of hard work, I put myself through the biggest pain in the ass, a workout.
Wind! Water! Go Planet!
By your powers combined, I am Captain Planet!
Captain Planet, he's our hero. Gonna take pollution down to zero.
Oh my god, are you okay?
And after every machine use, they required us to disinfect them. Every single time. That's a lot of effort for just a shower. But then one day, I was feeling a little lazy and made sure not to touch the side handles, and I turned it on and off with my knuckle, so no fingerprint contact. After the workout, I figured, it's okay, there's no need to wipe this one down. I barely touched it. So I stepped off and went to shower. When I headed for the main door, the manager stopped me on my way out and told me that another gym member had seen me not wipe the machine down and complained to them about me. Can you believe it? I got snitched. I tried to explain myself but quickly realized that it was futile. The staff guy was not gonna even discuss it. I could not afford to take any risks with this gym, so I apologized and said it wouldn't happen again. So from that point onwards, I behaved like a good boy and complied with all the rules. And just to be safe, I made it very obvious to everyone that I was wiping my machines down very thoroughly. Oh, and starting August 1st, they started requiring mandatory masks. That's a lot of effort for just a shower.
The power is yours!
In all the cities where I've done van life since 2015, including Saskatoon, Calgary, Regina, and Winnipeg, coffee shops have always been a foundational pillar of my daily routine. It's where I start my day, with a bathroom, coffee, breakfast, and Wi-Fi, and is something I look forward to every morning. It's my favorite part of van life, those first 2 hours of the day when I can just chill out over coffee and slowly get my mindset ready for work, which usually starts around lunch and goes till sunset. I also hang out in cafes on days when the weather is not good for work, and being the cafe snob that I am, I avoid the chains and go to the independent coffee shops as much as I can, and I need my first coffee of the day as soon as possible. I can't stress enough how crucial cafes are for a happy and effective van man. But in 2020, COVID disrupted this most sacred morning ritual like a spoke in a chariot wheel. All my favorite independent cafes in Saskatoon didn't have indoor seating available.
Sorry, takeout only.
With only takeout available, I was left high and dry, with no real place to hang out in. Take this coffee shop. It's a very popular spot in Saskatoon, but man did it have the most absurdly elaborate setup. You had to go to their parking lot in the back and ring the doorbell. Then they would come out and you could order from them. If you paid in cash, which I usually do, they first put on a plastic glove, then they disappeared back inside. God, why are they taking so long? How long does it take to make a freaking iced Americano? And when they came back out with your order, you couldn't grab it directly from them even though you just got close to them to give them the money. They placed your order on a special table, and only then were you allowed to take it. That's a little overkill, don't you think? Although to be fair, this was still in the beginning of COVID, so everyone was still getting used to it and figuring out the best ways of handling it. Such absurd times. Most other cafes were far less absurd, but only takeout left me with two options for that critical first coffee of the day. Option 1, have it in my van, hardly comfortable, and then what? Once you finish your breakfast, that was it. There was no chill out time on your laptop. Option 2, take it to a park, which was even worse. What was I supposed to do there? Sit in the wind and stare at the grass? I had to settle for crumbs. If I wanted to sit indoors, I had to go to Starbucks. Can't believe I'm doing this. And even most Starbucks didn't have indoor seating. One of the few that did only had one table available. So when I drove there, I would pray. Please be free, please be free, please be free, please be free. Then I discovered this cool spot, a rock and roll themed establishment called the Underground Cafe, which had plenty of tables, good vibes, good coffee, and good food. Can't complain. And that became my go-to cafe for the rest of the season. On normal years, the rabbi's wife graciously lets me use their laundry during the late evenings, so I don't have to miss work. But in 2020 with COVID, I didn't even want to ask. Problem was, all the laundromats in town closed early. And in the first month, I was so busy with clients that I was working really long days. Easily 10 to 12 hours a day. Sometimes I was even working into darkness. I simply did not have time to go do laundry. 10 days into van life, I was running out of clean clothes and was getting kinda desperate. And my work clothes were getting really bad. I had to get creative. A few days later, I had a cleaning appointment at the student rental house paid by the owner. So I showed up to the appointment and set up my equipment. And then discovered that there was no water source for me to use. All the taps were dry. This never happened, so I didn't even expect it. There was one tap that did work, but it was leaking. I couldn't use that, so I had to pack up my gear and reschedule. A few more days later, the property manager set up a long hose that got water from a tap all the way down in the basement. And he told me that when I came back to do the job, that I could just walk in from the back door in order to access it. And guess what else I found in that basement? So I helped myself to their laundry machine and ran a full load as I was cleaning the windows outside. All while the student tenants were upstairs. Who does that? Is the word unprofessional adequate enough to describe this scene? Luckily, none of the students came down to catch me in the act. Can you imagine the embarrassment if they caught me and complained to the owner? That would look so bad. But I didn't want to push my luck, so instead of using the dryer, I hung my clothes up to dry on my cleaning poles inside the van. Not ideal, but good enough. Well, I did push my luck a little bit, and threw my towel in the dryer for 20 minutes. As always when I do van life, there's lots of eating out. And I have to make daily trips to the supermarket. For lunch, I went several times a week to this Palestinian shop that makes these amazing flatbreads in a traditional terracotta oven. My favorite item on their menu was this flatbread with za'atar, which is a Middle Eastern mix of Mediterranean herbs. All this eating out is definitely the fun part about van life, and it was all very good. But the lack of vegetables is always the hardest part for me. So in previous years, I would go to McDonald's 4 to 5 times a week and get their Greek salad with grilled chicken. Yeah, Greek salad my ass, but it's a salad, so that's what mattered. I would use my own olive oil instead of their disgusting dressing, and I'd keep a supply of vegetables in my kitchen so that I could add more to it and make it a big salad.
How about a big salad? A big salad?
It's a salad, only bigger, with lots of stuff in it.
I can bring you 2 small salads.
Could you put it in a big bowl?
We don't have big bowls.
But in 2020,
Hi there, what can I get for you?
Hi there, can I have a Greek salad with grilled chicken, please?
I'm sorry, we actually don't serve salad.
Like you're just out for the day?
No, we stopped serving them since the pandemic.
Oh, because of COVID.
Yeah.
So, okay. I'll just have a Big Mac then, I
For
guess.
sure, just a sandwich?
Yeah, just on its own, yeah.
Anything else?
No, I'm okay.
Alright, 555 is the first window.
Okay, thanks.
I can't believe I'm doing this. Why did they put so much sauce in this? Ugh, this shit is so gross. I can't even finish it. I have such a bad aftertaste. Oh god. I feel so nauseous. But I did do my best to stay healthy and eat some fruit. When it came to evening hangouts, I was lucky in that department. One of my favorite spots from previous years is this Persian-inspired tea house called Bore Chai Bar.
Oh, hey, Van.
It didn't just have indoor seating, but was open late, until 11:30 p.m. It was literally the only nice cafe that was open this late in all of Saskatoon. These guys were a godsend. I don't know what I would have done without them. Having a late evening hangout was a game changer for me. And honestly, without that place, I don't think I could have survived 3 months of van life during COVID. I was without a doubt their biggest patron in that period, and I went there almost every evening that they were open. I became a bit like family there. I even washed their windows in exchange for a few dinners. But the problem was, they were closed Mondays and Tuesdays. This left me scratching my head about what to do on those evenings. There was nothing to do in the city. Even cinemas, which I used to go to a lot, were all closed because of COVID. If I wasn't hanging out with friends, those Mondays and Tuesdays could get so boring. I even tried going to a pub once and drank by myself like a lonely old man. That felt weird.
Son of a bitch.
I would keep myself entertained by watching shows in the back of the van, including the entire Godfather trilogy. That's 9 hours of Godfather.
Can't do it. Look what they did to my boy. They massacred my boy.
You really do the worst Godfather I've ever heard. You're not even close.
But however much I tried, it was just pure boredom.
לא יודע, זה קצת נמאס לי פה, זה לא כיף השינה. וגם העיר חצי סגורה, כל הבתי קפה סגורים, אתה לא יכול לשבת בפנים.
I would often catch up with family and friends. I have an extremely high tolerance for loneliness, way higher than the average person. But even I have my breaking point. Talking to family back home helped a bit, but it also made me homesick. So in some ways, it made it even worse. It wasn't always easy to keep my morale up, and I just couldn't wait for the season to be over,
אז נשתמע.
so I could go home.
אוקיי, יאללה, ביי.
À 19h. Eh bien, en attendant qu'on se retrouve pour un nouveau rendez-vous jazz, c'était Stanley Péan au microphone et au choix musical. Bonsoir et bonne chance.
I listened to the French station a lot, which always played an evening jazz program. I listened to it every evening. Somehow, it really comforted me. It's much harder to protect yourself when you don't have a home to go back to and are constantly exposed to the world. Lucky for me, however, Saskatchewan had some of the lowest COVID cases in Canada at the time. So while I had to be cautious, I wasn't paranoid. Like I said before, masks weren't mandatory yet. But as the summer of 2020 progressed, you'd see more and more people wearing them. It even took me a while to get used to the idea of wearing one. God, he's so cheap. And I mean, with a mask like this, you're almost glad you're wearing one. In terms of sanitizing my hands and my stuff, I had in the van a plethora of various disinfectants like hydrogen peroxide, rubbing alcohol, and hand sanitizers. That's totally overkill, I know. I don't even remember how I got to this point. Maybe I was paranoid after all. I went through a lot of hand sanitizer, but not as much as sunscreen. When I'm on the road, I go through boatloads of sunscreen, probably 2 to 3 bottles a month. Anyone who knows me well knows how much I hate the sun. I'm in the wrong business. So when I work, on top of all that sunscreen, I wear a bandana, a hat that covers my face and neck, sunglasses, a sun-blocking shirt, knee pads, socks all the way up, gloves, and another hat as a first line of defense, not an inch of skin exposed. And now I'm ready for battle. So even though I didn't need a COVID mask when working outside, it was good for optics that I was already masked up. That house, by the way, is owned by a wealthy client of mine. It looks like a fortified compound. I call it the embassy. Lots of hand washing in cafes and restaurants, and I always disinfected the faucet first. And I carried lots of water in the van, for drinking and for hand washing, like when I ate in the van, for example. Where do I get all this water from? Well, Vanman is resourceful. And luckily, I'm a window washer, so I practically have unlimited access to clean water at the houses where I work. I usually fill up on several large bottles, but it wouldn't look good if my clients saw me, so I try to do it as discreetly as I can, and usually in the evenings after I finish up at the last house for the day. I'm like a water bandit. When it came to client relations, I had to adapt there too. Usually when I knock on doors, I take a lot of distance back. But now with COVID, I really exaggerated it. Everyone had different levels of comfort, so I had to assume the worst and give them their space. And instead of giving them my business card directly, I just left it on their front stairs. Then there was a different kind of drive-through.
Okay, have you been tested for COVID before?
No.
Okay. Have you traveled outside of Canada in the last 14 days?
No.
Okay. In the last 14 days, have you had any fever, cough, shortness of breath or chest heaviness, headache, runny nose or nasal congestion, loss of sense of smell, sore throat or painful swallowing, dizziness, confusion, abdominal pain, loss of appetite, diarrhea, muscle aches, fatigue, chills, conjunctivitis, skin rashes or discoloration? Any other health concerns that I need to know?
No.
A headache just from this list.
So based on the symptoms that you have, we're gonna swab you, okay?
Okay.
Any question?
No.
Do you live alone or with someone else?
Alone.
In a van.
Have you done this before?
No.
Can you remove your... Perfect. Perfect. Take a deep breath. Okay. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Try not to move your head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Those were the longest 10 seconds I can remember. She had the swab so deep up my nose, it felt like it touched my brain. I'm sure a lot of you know the sensation.
7, 8, 9. Perfect.
Oh, man.
I know. It's not that great.
No.
I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. Thank you so much.
Any questions at all?
No.
You're once you're good to go.
Thank
Hope you
you.
feel better.
Have a nice day. Bye.
Yeah, you too.
Well, that was fun. Oh, and in case you're wondering, it was negative. Can you imagine getting COVID in a van? That's why I had to be so careful. And after you fill up on water at the last house of the day, make sure to properly wash your vegetables. So there you have it. This is van life during COVID. Oh, and don't forget, when you're washing your hands,
Make sure you scrub for 20 seconds.
The McDonald's scene was a recreation of my original experience, but every time I tried to recreate it, it failed miserably because I just couldn't steer the interactions the way I wanted them to go. I wanted the girls to say that it was because of COVID, but they just wouldn't say it. I had to do 7 takes until I got it right.
How can I get for you?
Hi there, can I have a Greek salad? Greek salad, Greek salad, Greek salad, Greek salad, Greek salad with grilled chicken?
Salad?
Greek salad.
We don't sell salad anymore. We stop serving salad. We have the wraps right now.
Because of the what?
Sorry?
Why did you stop?
We stop serving salad to have more distancing in the kitchen.
So it's like because of COVID?
I'm really sorry, we're not serving any salads right now.
You're not, are you just out?
We don't have any salads right now.
No, like, is this like temporary or permanent?
I'm not sure. Hi, so we're not serving our salads right now. There's potential guidelines for our produce. You might be able to send in, so we're kind of trying to follow. We can't serve the salad at the moment. But we do have the McWrap though.
That's the closest thing to a salad?
Sorry?
That's the closest thing to a salad?
We don't have any salad. But we do have the McWrap.
Okay, yeah, I'll just do a Big Mac then.
Sorry?
Just a Big Mac then. Yeah, can I cancel it actually? Yeah. Hi there, sorry, the Big Mac, I'm actually gonna cancel it. I'm gonna cancel the Big Mac. Yeah. Sorry, thanks.
Hi there, what can I get for you?
Hi there, can I have a Greek salad with grilled chicken, please?
Caesar wrap.
No, Greek salad with chicken.
The wrap?
Greek salad with chicken?
I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing you. Did you say the Caesar wrap?
No, Greek salad.
Greek? We don't have that.
Okay, alright, thanks.